Holla. Episode 21.
Hell yeah.
Is it 21?
No, 2020.
2020.
2020. 2020. Episode 2020. No, episode 20. Welcome back to the Upper Creek with Two Paddles podcast.
Upper Creek with Two Paddles.
Man, I love the longer we do this, the more I love that name.
Really?
I really do like
Sweet.
it. It's
Yeah, I
so
like it too.
fitting because our podcast isn't themed. So like we were talking last week, like Upper Creek with Two Paddles is like we're the paddles, life is the creek, and we're figuring it. Like I don't know, that name just I like it more and more.
I do too.
But yeah,
I really do.
What's going on? It is Sunday morning, November 5th.
Dude, this day has drug on forever because of the time change. It was once it got to 12 o'clock, I was like, "Oh my god!" I've been awake forever.
Yeah, because I didn't change my clock. So when I woke up, I was looking at the clock and I was like, "Damn, it's almost 1." And then I checked my watch and I'm like, "It's like 11:30. What the fuck am I talking about?"
Yeah.
I have plenty of time. No, I'm in recovery mode. I got some Pedialyte by my side. My brother got married yesterday. It was fun. It was a blast, dude.
Yeah,
so much
congratulations to Brett and Caroline.
fun. Yeah, they're in Asheville right now in the mountains for their honeymoon. Jackson's mowing the grass. We're outside at Blake's new house again.
Take it out there, buddy.
So if there's a little bit of background noise, get over it.
Yeah, I don't think there will be. I think these dynamic mics are really
They're
cool.
really good. Yeah. Like you could barely even hear the dog bark when it was barking, but it was loud enough that I didn't want to deal with it. But luckily he's chilling now.
Yeah, and I think these are a great choice of mic for how we do things.
For how we do it, yeah.
Like I just
without having a studio and just being kind of on the fly.
We set up wherever, outside. Oh yeah, I can definitely hear it in my voice. I just want to say that I'm a little getting over some sinus stuff like everybody is around fucking October. Literally everybody I know has gotten sick. Almost everybody I know has gotten a little something. It's wild.
Bad.
Like, what do you think that is? Like everybody's like, oh, it's the season change. Like, is it really?
I don't know.
Do you know? Is it a virus or is it the? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Is it a virus that we're all passing it around, or is it actually because of the season change?
I don't know. Is it our bodies just getting used to the cold? Because it seems like it doesn't happen until the first day. It really starts to get like 50.
That first frost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, R.I.P. Speaking of the first frost, R.I.P. to my elephant ear plant on my front porch. That he's done for.
Really? Did the frost kills it that fast?
Got it.
Really?
Yeah.
And it won't grow back?
No.
People grow elephant ears like in their yard.
They're a lot more established. That one was already kind of struggling. I'm not going to lie.
Are they perennial or are they?
I have no clue.
Like, do they just plant them and they'll say for it, like,
I'm not the one to ask about that. My brother would know. It's literally his job.
Does he still work at He still works at Sanders?
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, congratulations to Brett and Caroline. I got some tales. From last night. It was fun. I was wasted. I woke up this morning and when you're just blackout drunk, you wake up and you're like, what's the last thing I remember? Like that's what I was going through this morning. And I was like, no, I remember taking the covers off of chairs. So I was like, I remember cleaning up. So that means I was good. I made it all the way through the reception, and I remember the end, and I remember the cleanup. And then my mom said there were some trees in the corner they had Christmas lights on. And my mom said she just looked over at me struggling getting lights off the tree. She said I got stuck. She said I was just in a loop. Oh man,
struggle. Lights are hard. I'll give you that. Fucking,
Bro, by the end of the night, the hair was down, and I had sunglasses on the dance floor. It was fun, dude. It was so much fun. I looked at Gerard, and he was the only other one with sunglasses on. I was like, can you see? He's like, bro, I can't see shit. I was like, good. I'm not the only one. It was fun. It was a great time, man.
That's nice.
Like I was just telling you, I've never been in this good of a mood the morning after being that fucking trashed. Yeah. I'm in it was so much fun.
Dude, a good party where everything is just fun and everybody's like...
It was so smooth.
Everything was by everybody, and everybody's having a good time and dancing and just like
everybody got
not
wasted.
Thinking about all the heavy shit that we think about all the time, and everybody's just together. It's so nice.
The only two people that were sober by the time we were cleaning up were my mom and my grandmother. That was it. Doey was a little disappointed. She ain't seen us get that crazy. She's seen us drink every now and then. Like, we might have a cookout, have a few beers, but she hadn't seen us like that, dude. Barry said she's got it rough right now. I feel great. I don't have a headache. I don't got stomach problems. I feel great. Hangovers suck. But yeah, like usually I have terrible anxiety after a night of drinking, but I woke up this morning just laughing, having a good, like, me and Barry were joking about everything. And I remember the exact minute that I started to go downhill. I know what did it. So I walked up to the bartender who was bartending a wedding that I attended about a year ago. So I obviously don't know her, but I was cutting up with her, making jokes because she was really cool. And I went up and I gave her $20 as a tip. And then later, maybe 2 drinks later, I walked up and she was starting to pack up. I mean, it was getting late, and her tip jar was empty because I was going to grab my 20 back out. But her tip jar was already empty. So I walked up. I was like, "Hey, you got that 20 I gave you?" And she was like, "Yeah." I said, "Get it out." And she got the 20. I wonder what was going through her head when I told her that. But she got the 20 out. I took my 20 back and gave her a 50. Tipped that woman $50.
So you were just like carrying wads of cash at the party?
No. I happened to have a 20 and a 50 on me.
Oh, okay.
And I tipped her the 20 first. And then by the end of it, I was like, "Give me that 20 back. Here, take my 50. And then unprompted, I didn't even ask for it. I asked for a Michelob Ultra, which she gave me. And then she poured me a shot.
Damn.
And I'm not going to say no.
Right.
And that's what did it. Dude. By the end of the night, she was packing up. Dude, my dad has like 15 bottles of champagne in his house right now, 2 cases of beer. I was walking up, grabbing Michelobs, like, these are coming with me. That was the moment. That was the moment that got me, was that shot.
Damn, dude. That sounds like a good time, though.
Michael Casitas was so drunk that when we went to send off Brett and Caroline, we all lined up and usually like throw rice traditionally, but we blew bubbles.
Okay.
When Michael Casitas got handed the bubbles to blow for Caroline and Brett, he drank it like a shot. That's how fucked up he was.
No wonder he pissed himself.
He pissed him. It was terrible. I'd be embarrassed, dude.
We probably shouldn't stay on that subject.
No, we'll move on from him. No, it was the ceremony went beautifully. Everybody was having a good time. We were all dancing. My dad was having a great time.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah, and
that's fun, dude.
Luckily, we all of us made it until cleanup. And I think right when cleanup started to happen is when all the heirs got about blackout.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it was perfect. It was a great time, man. It was absolutely perfect.
So they went to Asheville for their honeymoon.
Yeah.
How long are they going for?
I'm not sure. Probably all week, if I had to guess. But
that'd be so nice, dude.
Even the bride.
Asheville right now, this time of year.
Oh, you should see the view from their hotel room.
Man, it's fucking.
There's a wildfire going on in Asheville right now.
Really?
I believe so. They can see it.
I don't doubt it, dude. It's the driest part of the year right now. I mean, it is the driest part of the year right now. I mean, that's one of the reasons all the leaves fall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every year October is usually our driest month, and it's bad for wildfires for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Even this morning, the bride herself was like, "I got nothing to complain about." She said if I had one complaint, the mixed drinks were a little bit too strong. But she was like, "But that got the party started."
Had to.
That got the party started.
It seems like they do that. I think bartenders know what they're doing,
It was
right?
so much fun.
Because at the beginning, they always seem stronger than at the end.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they get you hooked at the start of the night, and then they wean you off towards when they're ready to go. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Start watering your drinks down a little bit.
An 80-something-year-old woman who is related to me practically told me she wanted to see me naked.
That is not right.
And she was sober. She don't drink.
That is not right. It's not right at all.
It was fun. I got no complaints. I wish I wouldn't have been.
That's union for you.
I got in a fight with my dresser last night. I got some battle scars but I won. You see my scars. You should see my dresser.
Yeah. Yeah.
I won. But it was
oh
rough.
my God, dude.
I walked over to my neighbor's. I walked over to Denise's house literally with no shoes on, and then woke up this morning like, did I walk over here barefoot last night? It was so funny, man.
You got your grounding in. Good job, buddy. you did one of the ancestral tenets.
Man, it does feel good.
Oh, for sure.
Barefoot on the earth.
Yeah.
Something about
That's
it.
one of the reasons the beach is so great. The people endure shells on the beach to be barefoot.
Oh, man. So how was your weekend? You've been sick. You had the opposite weekend of me.
Yesterday was kind of ass because I drove all the way to... No, it wasn't ass. I got to see my sister, and I picked up this table and chairs that we're using right now.
Yeah.
To put in the new house. Holla. So we were driving for a large part of the day yesterday. So, that kind of eats ass. But
To Union back.
No, we went to Anderson. We went all the way to Anderson.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Because
you were on the road all day.
This is my aunt's...
Table and chairs.
Well, it's actually my grandmother's table and chairs, but they were at my aunt's house. So I had to drive all the way the fuck up there. So that was fun. Clemson won yesterday.
So did Carolina.
Fuck. Yeah, we got that win over Notre Dame. I haven't been shouting out any of the losses because why would I?
Dude, Carolina looks terrible this year.
So does Clemson.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. Yeah. Who do you think's going to win? In USC Carolina, let's get predictions. We're almost to Thanksgiving.
I'm not going to lie. I'd probably put my money on South Carolina.
They got that. They fight the SEC, and it forces you to have a dog.
Yeah.
Because the SEC
and
is
also,
bad mouth, slap you in the face type football.
For some reason,
it's always been known for that.
Everybody says South Carolina mostly plays to the level of their opponent. When we play really high-ranked good teams, we perform. We look good. When we play shitty teams, we look terrible.
Right, Clemson's the same way.
But
Clemson's
everybody was making jokes because we played Jack State yesterday, and everybody was like, "Well, either way, the Gamecocks are winning."
Right,
because it was Gamecocks versus Gamecocks.
Oh, Jack State. What is that?
Is it Jacksonville State?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just JAX State.
Huh.
Assume
Jacksonville.
State.
Jacksonville, yeah, it's got to be.
I have no clue, but it was really cool because we both had on throwback jerseys. They had on uniforms from like the 70s, and so did we.
What?
Really cool.
I'll have to go back and look at that.
It was dope, but I think it was 28-28.
The 70s?
And then
70s uniforms?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's cool.
Because my dad was like, "What is that Gamecock logo on their helmet?"
Was it just a C? Were y'all rocking just the C?
No, we were rocking the red helmets with the white circle with the full C and Gamecock in it, in the white circle, like the 70s helmet.
But it's got the Gamecock.
With black jerseys.
It's got the Gamecock on it?
Yeah.
I don't really like those helmets that y'all were wearing earlier this season with just the C.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
My favorite helmets are the black helmets with just the bird, just the chicken on them. I think those look fire.
Just the bird.
But, it's funny. I always say it's so funny because my family cares so fucking much about football. And everybody's screaming and getting worked up, and I'm just like, that was a good play.
Yeah.
That was all right.
I'm the same way.
Even Paul, my grandpa, was talking shit about how terrible we looked and how terrible we were doing, and I'm just laughing, laughing. I'm laughing at how much they get worked up about it. I'm like,
well,
first of all, not a single one of them went to that school.
Yeah.
I'm the only one.
Okay, let me go on this because you remember how we were talking about, you don't understand how people get so enthralled with the game of football.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about this. To me, Clemson is so much more than just the football.
Because you went there?
Right. And I've lived there.
Yeah.
I've experienced it. I know a lot of people, all the places. I had all the activities that I like to do while I was there. And then people who are connected just via the football, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's their only connection
I guess I get
to
that.
the school.
Yeah.
So they put all in towards the football because that's their only real connection to it. Right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's one of the reasons that
It's just funny because literally none of them went to South Carolina. The only one who attended USC is my mother, who's the least caring about the football.
Right.
And me, technically, because Coastal is a subsidiary of USC.
Right.
But and
But even,
Coastal's got a good team.
They always say that, but each campus has its totally own vibe.
I love Coastal.
You know what I mean? Like because how many little satellite USC schools are there in the state? Like 20.
Every county.
I don't know about every county.
Almost every county.
There's a lot.
If Union has one, there's a lot.
Dude, there's a lot of counties in the Low Country that.
Well,
it's not like that.
I feel like the Low Country's kind of sprawled out a little though. It's a lot of farmland.
And Clemson and Union is actually an old, one of the nicer towns.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a bad town at all. There's some bumfuck places in the state though.
Yeah. No, I've always said like.
Sorry to say it.
Coastal is because when you're from the upstate in high school, all we were ever told is Coastal's the party school.
Right. That's all you ever hear.
Coastal's got the most STDs of any college in the country.
Anytime anybody ever said something about Coastal, that's the
STD.
First thing that somebody would respond with. The first thing.
But when you go to that school, it is a beautiful campus. It is extremely they got a lot of money from winning the College World Series of baseball.
Dude, I'm sure they did a lot of upgrades.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful campus. It is a beautiful area. It has a really good draw nationally because of the marine biology and the sports. Like it's a beautiful school, and all you ever hear is STDs. It's like go to that school.
Right.
It's a wonderful campus.
Yeah. And people do the same thing with like they'll love to write off a thing with one thing.
Yeah.
Like Columbia's so fucking hot. I don't ever want to live there. It's too hot. It's like it's the same as everywhere. I mean, you know what I mean? It's
I just hate Columbia.
It's not like it's 200 degrees here.
Yeah.
You know
I just hate USC Columbia because of how spread out it is.
Oh, it's huge. It's a huge campus.
It's literally the city of Columbia.
Bitch to navigate.
Is basically the campus.
Dude, it's. And I recently learned this when I was going through the buying process. So in the county of Richland, right, where the capital is, you have the university, you have all the state buildings, all the state government buildings. That makes up a huge percentage of the buildings that you would get tax money from for property taxes.
Yeah.
They don't have taxes because they're government. Yeah, they're state and government buildings. There's so many in Columbia, so they put a lot of that on the backs of like the homeowners in Richland County. So your taxes are much higher if you're in Richland compared to if you are in Lexington, the neighboring Lexington. Right. So, and especially if you have a rental, a second home. They really get you then. They jack it way up.
Yeah, that's wild.
They're like something like when you get a second home, the taxes are like 4 times as high.
Right. Dude.
That's wild.
Yeah. I don't know. I will tell you, I was going to talk about looking for houses, but I will tell you after that wedding yesterday, I don't think I'm getting married. Or not I'm not throwing a wedding.
Roach.
Dude, I'm going to the courthouse, and then we'll have like a bonfire with my family invited.
Right.
I'm not doing that shit.
That's a lot.
I'm not doing that shit.
That's a lot, dude.
It's way too much. Let's go to the courthouse. Let's get our marriage license. Then let's go out in a field and throw a bonfire and bring like 15 cases of beer, and everybody's going to have a good time. I'm not doing that shit.
It's a lot, dude. And that's honestly the only reason me and Hannah aren't married.
Yeah.
Is because of like
there's so much pressure from the family to throw it like
to do that.
To throw a big fancy wedding. It's like this is bullshit.
But
all of this is just ceremonial. It's so much bullshit.
But who's going to pay for it? I would rather put my money towards something else. Like
the house.
We all got stuff we could put money towards that'll really jump us into something.
That's what I was saying. Like
let's put, if we're gonna spend some money as a family, let's do something else with it.
Like
that's kind of my perspective on it.
Like some people are like, you need 3 months salary on the the engagement ring, or some
says who.
Some women are like, I wouldn't settle for an engagement ring less than $10,000.
Right.
And it's like, okay,
that's silly.
If we're getting engaged, how about we put $10,000 towards our house?
Right.
How about let's not be fucking idiots about this,
right?
Let's spend more money on the house and set us up for the future, and not blow $10K.
Well, some people's parents are more than willing to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true too.
But
and there's nothing wrong with that either.
Literally, that ring is a symbol.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Listen,
tie a string around my finger.
Now that I've had the ability to experience being in a relationship where when I have a child and I'm not married to Hannah.
Yeah.
The only thing that is different that I kind of wish wasn't, and I wish it was more like we were married, is that I can't put her directly under my health care.
Yeah.
And
they're not legally together.
Our taxes aren't done.
It's not joint.
Not jointly. And I don't know how much money that would save us. I'm sure it would save us some.
I've heard some say that in some ways it makes it worse.
Could be too.
I don't know.
Kids make it. Once your kids start going to school, that's definitely something.
I'm still too much of a baby
I'll be right back.
to know anything about that. Yeah, but it's been quite the weekend. Sorry, Blake walked away, so I'm trying to fill a little dead air. Yeah, weddings are fun, but completely overrated. Absolutely overrated. But man, yeah, I was joking. If you're watching the video, I have a carpet burn on my forehead. And I was making jokes. I turned it into a joke. I made it a positive. Because when everybody was dressed up in the tuxes, my brother and my dad got a little weight to them. They aren't skinny. They got some pounds on them.
Right.
So, and a tuxedo, you want a body type like mine. Underweight and tall.
Right.
For a nice tux fit.
Right.
So I was walking around, and if anybody asked me what I did to my forehead, I was like, I'd tell them what happened, and then I'd be like, but hell, Brett and Dad are lucky that I did this, or else I'd be outshining them like crazy right now. I was like, I needed this flaw. This was God setting me back and letting Brett have the limelight for a day.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh, it was funny.
Damn,
yeah.
Dude.
Oh, it was such a good time, man.
Dude, it seems like dress pants are like a couple sizes smaller than the normal, like if you were buying a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They always seem to be a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
I always seem to wear a higher size in like a nice tuxedo pant or like a nice dress pant. You know what I mean?
I couldn't tell you the last time I was in dress pants.
I think definitely my job interview was the last time.
I'm not counting the tux because obviously you're measured for that. It's not like you walk into a store and it's like, 32.
And those tux pants are largely adjustable.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
So, I mean, that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, they're nice. No, I would, dude, if I had the money, I'd be in a 3-piece suit every day of my life.
3-piece? But not really, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like if you were like a
bro, you saw that picture
or
of me.
A banker or something.
You saw the photo of me.
What job if you want to do that, what job would you have? Like
podcaster.
Podcaster 3-piece suit.
Dude, imagine.
John, you're going
sitting here like Jordan Peterson
and Patrick Bet-David, like
Lex Freeman.
Yeah.
Lex doesn't do the 3-piece, but yeah, man.
Yeah, he's got that more Reservoir Dogs type shit going on.
People wouldn't be telling us we don't know what we're talking about in the comments if we were in 3-piece suits.
Oh my God.
They'd be like,
oh yeah, who the fuck are these guys?
They're writing the facts.
That's a good point. We might need to get some suits, homie. We might need to get some suits.
I love that. Do you ever see clips of that Therapy Gecko? It's a podcast where the dude has green face paint and wears a lizard suit, like a gecko suit, and he takes callers and gives them advice. Kind of has a little therapy. That's funny, but that's such a good premise. I don't know his name, but the podcast is called Therapy Gecko, and I believe he started by going out in public and having 2 chairs just like this with a sign that says "Talk to a Gecko." And he just sat there, and people would come up and talk to him. That's how he started his podcast.
That is awesome.
It's really cool. It's really cool. I've said it before. I would love to do like once every other month a call-in episode.
That'd be cool.
That'd be so much fun. I mean, obviously we don't have the viewership right now to host that, or open up a phone line where people can call in and leave voicemails, and we can respond to them. Rhett and Link do that on Ear Biscuits a lot, which is cool. Dude,
or go like set up in a public place that gets a lot of you know what I mean? And like me and you were just talking with our headphones on. And what if somebody walks in like, what are you doing? He's like, hey, do you want to talk about anything?
Yeah.
No, that's not good. The gecko is the ultimate in that because it gets you to come like, what the fuck are you doing,
what is
homie?
this? What's this dude in a green face paint?
And then the sign answers the question.
Yeah. It's like, talk to a gecko.
Yeah, talk to a gecko.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. It's so brilliant.
Great, premise for a podcast.
The same thing with like you see people that are like, prove me wrong or something. What is like people have like a.
But most of those are so like.
Yeah,
politically driven.
Oh my god!
And it's like, hey, let's fight about something that literally is not going to change anything in the world. Those annoy me. Or you see those clips where it's dudes in a public park or something, or on a campus, and they got a sign that says like feminism isn't real or some bullshit. It's like, dude, go do something else.
Right.
You're not solving the world's problems by standing on a college campus with a feminist shirt on.
And you start.
The fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You're asking for trouble. Why are you so confrontational? Go live your life. Stop trying to change people's minds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go live your life.
There's a lot of causes to it, right? Because some of it is narcissism.
Yeah.
Like you want to be this. It's about you.
Absolutely.
It's got to be.
It has to be.
The conversation is about you.
It's attention
and what you need.
Yeah.
Right. That's like the definition of narcissism.
Yeah.
So, and then a lot of it is just like you get that piggyback of wanting to be that you want that camaraderie. I feel like, and a lot of people. So it means some things to a lot of people, right? Like it really. People have stake. A lot of people have stake in the game because the conversation. There wouldn't be a conversation if it didn't affect people.
Yeah.
So people get stake in the game, and then all of a sudden it's like.
I saw one that was funny. It was this young dude going on college campuses asking the most basic questions about history. And he would go up to college students and be like...
Those are great.
He was like, what year did Pearl Harbor happen? And this bitch is like, the 70s?
41.
It's like...
41!
She was like, the 70s? It's like, you're...
I saw
Don't go
one
to
recently
college.
that was, what is 3 times 3? They were like, 9? And the other girl was like, no, it's 18. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
These are our university students.
I'm sorry, it was 3 times 3 times 3.
You good, bro? Yeah, 27.
27. And so it was 3 times 3, yeah. And they were like, 9 and then 8. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it's shocking.
But it's funny.
Shocking. And a lot of those history questions are basic questions that you learned in high school.
When did Pearl Harbor happen?
Right.
Do you know, like, what year did World War II...
As an American, you should kind of know that.
You should know that World War II was in the 40s.
Yeah.
Come on. And what, like, he followed it up. He was like, where is Pearl Harbor?
Can we not get started talking about world wars?
And
I'm
they're
just
like...
not in the mood.
They're like, California? It's like... God, dude, this is our future.
How is that really though?
No.
How many people did they have to ask to get that?
And also,
you know what I mean?
Those dumbasses most likely aren't going to be the ones coming up in the world making major decisions.
No,
you're not a CEO if you don't know when Pearl Harbor happened. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I'm sure there are some fucking dumbass CEOs.
I bet.
Speaking of dumbasses, me and Blake are 2 of them. It is hilarious to me that because we don't know the exact salinity of the ocean, we're not qualified to have a friendly conversation on a public forum.
That's my favorite one is, you idiots shouldn't have a podcast.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a podcast. Do you realize
that's my favorite one.
How many people who are way more dumb than us speak in public?
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter at all. It's literally 2 friends talking.
It doesn't matter at all.
We're not in the 3-piece suits. We're not authorities.
Right. We should get some suits.
Dude, that'd be so funny.
We need to get some suits. Anyway.
But yeah, it's like to have a conversation on a public forum, you need to be completely educated about all aspects of the universe. Like, who the fuck are you talking about? Our podcast is listed as comedy. Like, why are you saying we need to have complete scientific understandings?
They don't even feel like that though.
And the one dude's like, if luckily there's a lot more men in America that are a lot more capable than these 2 idiots.
Dude,
I guarantee we're more capable than the guy who left that comment.
I clicked on that account and
0 posts, 0 follows.
0 posts, 0 follows, and they were following only like 127 people.
But it's a burner account. I don't think it's a bot. I think it's a burner account.
What do you mean?
It's just somebody who has an extra account just to hate on people. And they can't go into his account and find all of his personal stuff to attack him back.
I don't think so, dude.
But I'm not going to attack anybody.
You think so? You think it's more likely that it's like a burner account than it is a...
I absolutely think so.
I don't know. We have no way to know. I wish you could find out. I wonder if there is a way to find out.
There's no way. But yeah, congratulate me and Blake. We're doing big things. We just surpassed 50 subscribers on YouTube.
Holla.
Big milestone right there, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason, the post about salt blew the fuck up. So it all has, across the board, has like 15,000 views of us two dumbasses talking about where to get salt during the apocalypse.
It's kind of funny because you know what I learned about in college and in grad school?
What?
I was a process environmental engineer. So I learned how to treat drinking water.
Yeah.
One of those methods is desalination. But the thing is, there's multiple ways to accomplish that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you can push water through a high pressure filter.
Right.
A super fine
Carbon.
filter that takes that, or no, not carbon. It won't, that won't take the salt out of it.
Oh no, I was just talking about purifying.
Oh right, pure. But yeah, no. Anyway, yeah, there's multiple ways to do that.
Yeah.
But desalination is one of them. Evaporation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the yeah. But yeah, we don't live around close to any fucking salt mines.
Yeah, we're not.
We're in South Carolina.
Like I said,
we're in Columbia.
We're in the middle of South Carolina. Even if the apocalypse did happen, we would struggle just to get to the ocean, much less a fucking salt flat or salt mine.
Yeah, but you don't even think about like that would be an issue. You know, what could we do? You know, a lot of animals lick rocks. Like that, you know what I mean? That's a weird thing, but they do. They'll lick rocks for their minerals.
We should tell people to lick rocks instead of kick rocks.
Lick rocks.
Why don't you go lick a fucking rock, you asshole?
Yeah, I think you're probably mineral deficient the way you're acting. Go lick a rock, fucking idiot. You can take a multivitamin.
Oh man,
I need to take a multivitamin probably. You think?
Might help you out.
Yeah,
get you some kombucha in you, bro. Get some probiotics.
That too, probiotics too.
Dude, I'm telling you, kombucha is. I don't give a fuck. Call me a hippie. Call me whatever the hell you want to call me. I am all of those things, and kombucha's delicious, and it's fucking great for you.
I like kombucha.
I love kombucha. Love it. Love it. It's so delicious.
Dude, it's so vinegary.
Yeah.
It's got it's just that fermented quality, yeah.
Yeah. I fucking love it.
Yeah, that's I don't know. For me, I don't know. It seems I can drink a little bit of it, but if I sit and drink a whole bottle, I can't do it.
What do you mean?
Like it's for one, it's a little bit too much sugar for me. Because even when I drink like a juice, I'll pour myself like this much juice.
Yeah.
Like I can't pour like a glass of juice.
I mean, it's way better than a soda.
Oh, yeah,
a kombucha has like 20 grams of sugar.
Yeah, for sure.
And it also depends on which.
And the live culture mechanism is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
That we don't even really totally understand, by the way.
I know, but and also I think we've lost a lot of that. I think back in the day that we ate a lot more fermented.
Well, they were forced to.
Food.
They were forced to.
It was actually really good for us. That we were like, we're better than eating rotten food.
They had to ferment to keep things.
Yeah. Stored.
Edible.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it was wild. So much, even their water.
Yeah.
Like alcohol was more safe than water.
Yeah.
Like that was a legitimate concern.
Yeah, everybody was drunk on wine. And probably shitty wine too.
Oh God.
I mean, wine's already not that good.
Yeah, God, have mercy. Oh my jeez.
Man, I think we should do away with the mic stands for good.
I
love this. I love holding the mic, and it kind of forces you to be more attentive of where it's
it definitely
at.
does.
You gotta be.
It definitely does.
Because when it's just on a stand, you can lean back and be way out of it, or get back in it. And when you're holding it, like it's pretty much about 3 inches the whole time, like a fist from your mouth.
Right.
Yeah, I love holding it. It just feels right. But when I see clips of the mic that the SM. God, what's the one that Joe Rogan uses? These are SM50s. The SM7B, I forget the fucking name.
I think that's what it is.
Those, I'll see clips of rich ass motherfuckers holding those.
Right.
And I'm like, put that fucking thing on a mic stand. What are you doing?
Yeah.
These are meant to hold.
Right.
But technically, that's a dynamic mic, and it can be held.
In a studio, like at a desk, it's the mic stands are kind of nice.
Yeah, they're a lot more convenient in that environment.
And a lot of those guys, they'll have the cable like running through the table and on the stand.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's
clean.
Right. It's so clean. It's so nice to have in a studio. Keeps it off the desk. You know what I mean? So yeah, like if you're gonna hold a mic, it seems like this is a no-brainer because especially the price.
Yeah.
But like that's one of those things that is
for $100 you can't beat.
They're for sure getting that for the show because people see that mic and they're like, oh,
yeah.
They must be, you know.
They're legitimate.
Yeah.
It's like that.
They spent some money on that mic, huh?
Yeah, like
stupid.
I wonder how much their stock went up
when they got that
when
mic.
podcasts started popping off.
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah. See, if my ideal, I love these. I love the handheld, but I think my ideal mic would be the broadcast mics that Tom and Christina use on your mom's house.
I've seen those, but
those are like true radio mics. Like radio DJs use those.
Really?
Those are really nice. They're like $800.
God, they look cool.
Yeah.
So who makes those? What brand are those?
Sennheiser, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But those are really good mics. But I mean, we're at the point where as soon as we can upgrade headphones, we're good to go, dude.
Dude, I'm so ready to get some new headphones.
I feel bad for you because mine are these headphones are fire. These headphones are fucking amazing.
But they still work though.
Yeah.
Do they still work? I thought you were having a problem.
Yeah, I mean
the
cord will kind of cut in and out. But if I'm like right now, if I'm kind of still and I'm holding it the right space, it's perfect. And these headphones are fucking fire.
Yeah.
These were like $350 when I first bought them. Which nowadays they wouldn't.
They wouldn't be that much.
If you did an A/B comparison between these and the Sonys we want to get, I guarantee those Sonys sound better.
Those got a lot going on though. They got the flare. They got the nice
these are
leather,
like a
leather
signature
cups.
model
Really?
From some Skull Candy guy. But nowadays, people want to hate it. Like when I bought these headphones, Skull Candy was the shit, and now Skull Candy is like cheap beats.
They had a wave. They had a wave where they were like, well, because for the longest time, not a lot of people. They ditched the overhead and they went with the buds.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, the overhead became more popular.
The overhead came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Skull Candy used to make really, really good products for a good price. And I think what ruined their company is they got into Walmart. And I think that sent them into the shitter because they went
Skull Candy.
Yeah, you got
to. Well, the thing is, you have to meet a certain price point.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Skull Candy's always been good about having a quality product at a good price. These were stupid expensive. These were dumb for me to buy. I wanted them just to have them. But I mean, I've fucking gotten years of use out of these. Right. These are what I monitor my music with and do all that. So I've definitely got my money's worth out of them.
Dude, Walmart is notorious for that though. They'll take a company that's only up and up, like a good company like that. Well, the way they do it is like, okay, we'll only sell, like, let's say you sell your product for $20.
Right.
They're like, we'll only sell it for $15.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna sell it for.
Yeah.
And if you want to be in Walmart, this is the price.
Right.
And they get so many companies like that, dude.
Yeah.
Jackson. You're having a little time. Are you getting a little ignored, buddy? Feeling a little attention. Ignored. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
The black blob in Blake's lap needs attention.
Damn, dude. You're giving Austin so much work right now.
Nah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think that last one took me, an hour. It's not bad.
An hour?
It's not bad.
Dang, dude, that's some time.
It basically takes... To edit that blob around him,
I'm sorry, dude.
Essentially just takes me the time it takes to watch and find the points where he's in the frame.
Right.
And then that's literally as long as it takes. That's not bad at all. And plus, like I said, I love editing. Like that is something that I actually enjoy doing. I really do like editing. And I just really fucking hope that one day I can do that for a living.
Edit. Yeah, that.
Or
yeah.
this, I mean.
Or this.
Everything I do.
Right.
Yeah. It's funny because if we do have money starting to come in and we get sponsored, like we were talking about, we're gonna have a contract between the two of us. We're gonna have to open up an LLC. And
how do you? Are there any other avenues to make money in this outside of like Patreon or outside of like a pay to play or a
that's it.
Or
just either
ads.
It's ads, sponsorships, and then if you want to do a Patreon, we'd have to. But to do a Patreon, you have to offer content that people want to pay for. So like Matt and Shane do an hour of their regular podcast and then do another 30 minutes that's just for the Patreon. And also because it's pay to listen to and not going on YouTube and shit, they get a lot more loosey-goosey on the Patreon parts because
it's uncensored.
Yeah, they don't have to censor themselves nearly as much because it's only their fans that are paying to listen to that. And everybody gets that they're just being funny. Like,
I don't know what this dude's having a problem. Jackson, buddy.
Oh, my stomach just growled.
A little hungry?
I haven't eaten. I had a smoothie this morning. I had that Pedialyte, plenty of coffee. Had a liquid breakfast. And the last thing I ate last night was Midway. They had Midway cater. Thank God I ate that Midway, or else I wouldn't have made it to the end of that reception. That saved my ass. And I was mindful.
What did they serve?
They had mashed potatoes, green beans, macaroni pie, chicken breasts.
They usually do chicken for weddings.
They didn't do pulled pork, which pissed me off because that's my favorite thing from Midway.
They usually do chicken for some reason.
Well, because me and Denise were going to do Midway catered wedding, and it's up to you. You get to choose everything they cater. Mm-hmm. Like me and Denise were basically going to pick like what I eat and what she eats, and then have a spread. You know,
right?
But, yeah, I just had some green beans, mashed potatoes.
What's your favorite meat from Midway?
Pulled pork, for sure.
The original or the...
No sauce.
No sauce? Okay.
No sauce, just regular pulled pork.
So you don't put any sauce on?
You don't need to. You don't need to. That pulled pork is delicious. My grandpa was like, I ain't eating a damn thing from Midway. Because he's jealous. Because he caters and he does barbecue. And he's just fucking jealous. That's literally the only reason.
He's a hater.
He's a hater.
But no, that pulled pork is delicious, and that's why I get the original. But then, personally, I mix the mustard and the red sweet.
Oh, I never get
and
sauce.
And pour that over it.
So my typical order from Midway would be fried okra, pulled pork, baked beans, and then the next side is up for grabs depending on their menu.
I've really been thinking about local sponsors. Like, fuck all these big companies. Like, what if we were like, hey guys, we have like 200. What if we say we get to like 500 local listeners or something like that?
That's probably the minimum we need to draw.
And we went to like their we went to Midway. We were like, hey guys, we don't want any money. You know, we're just gonna say, hey, we're willing to run an ad for you on our podcast every week.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know how that works.
I don't know either.
And at first, and they're like, "What if we were like, at first, we don't want any money from you at all. Right. We just, we just want to start working in a relationship and potentially." But see, a company like Midway they have so much business anyway.
But they need a way to know that we sent them certain customers.
Right.
So it'd be like, hey, tell them Blake and Austin sent you. That's why all of the sponsorships are like, use our promo code.
Right.
Or go to like squarespace.com/Up a Creek with Two Paddles.
Right.
Because that way people who use that URL or use our promo code, now Squarespace knows, all right, this many customers got sent to us from their podcast.
Exactly.
And that way they can tell how much money is worth it.
Oh, you could honestly use the same framework for like local restaurants. You'd be like, if you at checkout, give them this code and you get 10% off your meal. You know what I mean?
Cool. That'd be cool.
Like we did that, like I'm just spitballing.
I don't know.
I'm just spitballing here.
I don't know.
I don't know how many restaurants would be willing to do that.
I don't even know if a restaurant's the best case scenario for a local sponsorship.
Okay.
I don't know.
What would be?
I really don't know. But I mean, you're right. Starting locally.
I'm just
spitballing.
I'm just totally spitballing.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly what you want. Like I want to
support the locals.
Support local.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as I can.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. If it was like a Sailor's Asphalt and Pavement.
Yeah.
Or something, whatever. You know? Or if it was like...
It's like, tell them we sent you and you get 5-10% off.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then... Yeah, and then the companies know, like, oh, shit, our business, we're getting a lot of business from it. And then they can figure out, like, okay, if we got this many new customers that were sent from the podcast, that we made this much money from those customers, and then that would inform them about how much the sponsorship would be worth to pay us.
But even if we didn't have that, imagine the friends we would make. Like, imagine if you knew, like, a roofer.
Yeah.
And we were good friends with a roofer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like a plumber.
Yeah.
And we were shouting them out on the podcast for free. You know what I mean? They'll probably come help you out.
Oh, that's true. That's true, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if they don't even, like, it don't even have to be monetary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just the relationship.
That is cool.
Can be, if you find
mutually
the right
beneficial.
people. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But...
Especially like local people, like stuff you need, like think about on the radio. What ads they run on the radio? It's usually like you hear stuff about
law firms.
That's
a big one.
That's a big one. I hear on the local radio sometimes like some construction, and I hear like foundation stuff or lawn care, stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of it's law firms.
They're big time. They got money to spend, cuz. Those motherfuckers.
Hey, talk about mutually beneficial.
God.
We get a lawyer on our side, brother.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That might be a little more beneficial in a pinch than a roofer.
Depends on your pinch, right?
Depends on your pinch. That might be the name of this one. I love finding stupid little phrases we say and naming that the episode title.
Dude, the sun's setting early today. What do you know? First day of the time change. Yeah.
I swear that they passed that law, but I guess it was just talked about.
It's only 4 o'clock.
They didn't pass it.
I think today the sun set at the time change at like 6 o'clock or something. Let me see the time change.
Dude, it was funny. Just dead air reminds me. Another comment was like, by law, podcasts have to be at least 20% dead air.
So
stupid.
Did
like,
you
first
even,
of all,
did you
listen
even
to that
listen?
episode.
Yeah, you didn't even listen
There's
to the
not
episode.
a minute of dead air in that episode. That's why I told you it was one of my favorite episodes we've ever done. Because there was not even 30 seconds of dead air in that episode.
This sunset is going to make you so sad.
5:30.
5:30.
I guessed it, really?
5:28 to be exact.
Hell yeah, I'm on the ball, dude. I was right there at it.
I thought we still got a month until December.
Yeah.
I was like, or the solstice, the winter solstice is the 21st.
Yeah.
So I thought we still had a little bit of time for the days to progress down. We're right into the 5:30 at the time change.
So strange.
The fuck?
Feels very strange.
God, that's not right.
But we go through it every year. Every year we're like, damn, the sun's setting early today.
So
every single year.
This is honestly a good question. As we process through our equinoxes, or the precession of the equinox, right? So as we progress, is Earth at certain angles? Like at this, let me just get my thoughts together. Like at this point, like if right here where we're at on Earth right now, like let's say in Irmo, as the equinox progress, do our season durations and sun exposure change? Or is that more... It does because of the wobble on the Earth's axis as it's rotating around the sun, so the Earth has a wobble, right? So as that progresses, at some points we're going to have more sun exposure, and at other points in that wobble we're going to have less sun exposure. So it's not always the same, I don't think. I think that we shift.
Quinn would need to... I'm not sure. We need Quinn.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
I think we, at some points during our cycle, our, solar cycle, we, on Earth, get exposed to different degrees of...
I'm not sure about that one.
...of sun in the same spot.
But I will say they're predicting the southeast to get a lot of snow this year. Like,
I've heard the east,
like 25%. Southern too, because of that El Nino. Apparently, like
Which is weird because El
like right on the
Nino-
Appalachian is supposed to get like 25% more snowfall this year.
Right. That's good for skiing.
I like a good snow around here. There's some years we don't even see it at all. I like a nice snow.
For sure. Yeah.
Talking about the Northeast last week, talking about them being shitty. That snow, man. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Dude, it's November right now. Look at us.
Yeah, it's November.
It was 80 degrees today.
It's 74 right now.
It's so nice. It's literally idyllic weather.
Yeah, it's perfect.
South Carolina has idyllic weather, dude.
In this part of the year.
It's a little, unless you're a bitch. I mean,
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Oh, a 90's too hot for you. Get the fuck out of here, then. Like, where? I don't.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go?
It's not like Florida. 112.
Yeah.
In like Arizona.
It's like it's a nice bracket. Like our max is like 95, and our super low is like 20. Whereas
we can get down to zero here.
Right.
Every now and then, like we've gotten down to single digits a few times that I can remember. It gets cold.
But the thing
there,
is, New York gets hot too.
Oh yeah,
it gets hot in
it'll
fucking
be 80,
New York.
Yeah.
It'll get 90s, 100 in New York, and then they have a terrible winter. They get down to like negative 20. Have snow all the time.
Yeah,
I'm glad we don't live in the like with all that snow.
Oh, we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. There's nowhere else I'd rather live.
I wouldn't. And the more I've thought about it, and maybe it's just because I'm a homeboy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. But like, I couldn't see myself moving anywhere else.
If I could pick any spot on the entire continental U.S., it'd be like Hendersonville or Brevard, like right up there, tucked in a nice little mountain valley. You get
that is the highest metropolitan on the East Coast, Asheville.
Really?
The highest elevation. Yep.
I think Duncan Trussell lived in Asheville for a little while.
He grew up there. He actually grew up in Hendersonville. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
That area.
Did he move to Texas?
Yeah, he's in Austin.
Fucking dude, we got to visit. We got to go to the mothership
really
one time.
I have to. You know who lives in Waco? Ryan.
Yeah.
Holla, my brother lives in Waco. So he said that if
he was like, "Oh, that was my cup."
If we fly into Austin, he'll pick us up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So if we'll definitely make that happen.
Yeah, in that coffee clip, he was like, "That's my cup," and I was like, "Not yours anymore."
Yeah.
I wonder if any of the commenters know. Like, sometimes I wonder if you can tell. Like, is that Austin replying or Blake replying? Because they don't know who runs the Instagram account.
Oh, right. They probably know it's you.
I don't know.
Probably not. They probably don't think about it.
Well, now they know it's me. I run everything. Blake runs a family. I run everything on the back end of this podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's so wild, like, to hear podcasters talk about, like, where they're going. You know, like, well, because they'll like, nowadays, it's getting corporatized.
What do you mean?
Like, because like say for instance, I've listened to like, you know, the Mean Girl podcast. You ever, you know those two girls? I can't remember their names.
I think I've heard of it. I've never listened.
Jordan and I can't. Mean Girl podcast, whatever. I've been following them a little bit, and they were signed with, if I understand this correctly,
Dead air.
Shit.
There was your 30 seconds of dead air, brought to you by Blake.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. Barstool. Fuck.
Yeah, Barstool.
They work for Barstool.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it's kind of getting corporatized, where like podcasters are now signing with studios.
We're never doing that.
Do you know what I mean?
We're never doing that. Bakery 26 all the way.
Bakery 26, yeah.
I really want, if we do an LLC, that it should be Bakery 26 LLC.
Why 26?
Because it's a inside joke between me and Quinn.
Okay.
He said ISIS was making fresh bread. This is back when he was still in Charleston. He was like, ISIS will make fresh bread. Like, people who don't know Quinn and ISIS are going to be like, the terrorist group makes fresh bread?
I know. What an unfortunate... It's not an unfortunate name, but like...
Well, I mean, she was named that in the 90s. It's a beautiful name, actually.
ISIS, yeah, it is.
A beautiful name.
I like the name.
But ISIS was making fresh bread about every other week. So on one of the songs I made a long time ago, me and Quinn were making jokes about I said something about bi-weekly bread, and you know it's the on week.
Bi-weekly bread.
So bi-weekly bread, bi-weekly is 26 weeks out of the year.
Mm.
And then bakery, because that's when I was getting into baking bread, and that it's literally Bakery 26 comes from an inside joke between
I
me
usually,
and Quinn.
to be honest with you, that's about how often I
About
usually
weekly
make fresh bread. Like, because I'll make pizzas or I'll make biscuits
I think that's a
or something.
line on my very first EP, the very first thing I ever posted on Spotify. I think it's a line from there. It was like something about bi-weekly bread, and it's the on week. It's just funny. But yeah, that's the full inside joke. But Bakery 26 is such a damn sick name for a studio.
That is a pretty nice name.
Just anything
like
bakery, like baking up beats, baking up podcasts, baking up ideas. It's the fucking bakery. I love it. It's such a sick name.
I agree.
And then the story behind it makes it even more fun.
And plus, we both like to bake.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
So yeah, it should be Bakery 26 LLC, because that's who on Spotify my record label is listed as Bakery 26.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Because you have to, when you post, at least through who I did it through, you have to either have a record label or just make one up. There has to be a record label listed, so it's Bakery 26. I'm never signing. We're always going to be independent. Fuck signing.
We own everything.
Fuck signing.
We own everything.
Yeah. And we will continue to own everything.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Yeah, we're independent all the way. I'm not I would never sign to a record label as a musician. I would never sign to anything as a podcaster, bro. It is independent all the way. Screw corporate America.
Man, I don't want to give them any of my money.
No. Hell no. Especially when we've been working for as long as we're going to have to work to build up an audience.
Sorry, yeah, go
when
ahead.
we've been working for as long as we're going to have to work to build up an audience, I'm not then cutting in some giant corporate company to then give them a portion of what we've worked our asses off to build. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Sometimes it feels like they just need bodies.
They do.
Like, because they have the audience.
Yeah, they 100%
They just need bodies. They need people to put up there.
I don't know if Warner Brothers comes to me tomorrow and says, "Here's a mill." That'd be tempting.
No kidding. It'd be so tempting.
It'd be tempting. But then also, you're in contracts, and if we couldn't get together one week, there's no podcast, that's a hit on our contract, and you'd be legally obligated to fulfill the request of
if they give me a fucking $1 million, then I think I can make some
full-time podcast. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I think I can make some more time for that.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
if this was my full-time job, oh my God. Oh, my life would be wonderful.
The more I look at it, the more I see that's not realistic, probably. But
for years,
right? But the thing is, I think you can supplement. You have multiple avenues, multiple avenues, right? Like you make music.
Yeah,
that's a whole other thing, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's also what I'm saying. If this was my full-time job to do this, it would open up so much time to do all the other creative hobbies.
And if one day we have money to buy a little studio,
yeah,
you know what I mean, and because to be honest, dude, I think this is probably going to get more popular. More people are going to want to do it, and just like people pay to spend time in a studio recording music,
right?
They will pay time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To spend time recording a podcast, and I think that if that's something that
could be an investment for sure.
Even if me and you just have the money to buy and hold a piece of
property,
yeah, that's called retirement.
Yeah, that's a nest egg.
Yeah. And especially if we were renting it for studio or
we're making
office
money.
Space.
Yeah.
So my point is, I think that.
Oh, dude, the more money you make, the more money you can make.
But I think the thing that's interesting is the podcast helps.
Yeah.
Because
but as far as podcasting, you're saying it's getting more popular. We're on the end of the wave. We didn't catch it when it was taking off.
I don't really think so.
I wouldn't say the end of the wave, but the wave crashed probably 2 years ago. We got the white caps on the podcast wave. And now I think the wave's still moving. It's definitely still a huge thing. There's a lot of people who still get into podcasting, but we missed the big boom of podcasting.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, though, because I think it's still a very new thing.
Yeah.
It's a very new thing. It's just a new thing to be able to freely express yourself without the need of a huge corporate.
Well, some people say we should shut the fuck up
and they
end the
do.
podcast.
That's an argument. I mean, it's and you know,
like just because the internet exists and you can talk doesn't mean you
Right.
should. It's like no, you're wrong. You should. Everybody should be talking.
In some ways, people. This is a very, very important argument, right? Because people will argue, and to sometimes it's a decent argument. Should everybody have a voice on the internet? Like, do you want ISIS to have a voice? Not Quinn, not your ISIS, but like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, it's just
yeah.
Do you want I don't know, fucking warlords, or do you want?
Well, okay, let me throw the analogy of music. Right now, there's more people making music than there ever has been.
Right.
There's more good music in the world than there ever has been. But that makes the standard to what pops off that much higher. The good gets through.
Yeah.
The good makes it through. So I think it'd be very similar with everybody talking on the internet, where the conversations people support and want to hear are going to be the ones that shine.
That, and I feel that if evil people are going to exist, you might want to know what the fuck they're thinking. So if they have access to an avenue for them to tell us, I'm down for that. You know what I mean? I'll hear what they have to say.
That's a great point. If the crazy people and the diabolical people are talking
you
in
want
public,
to know what
you're going to know.
thinking.
Yeah, you want to have access to that.
For sure you do.
I still got candle wax on my mic from the Halloween episode.
The painters who painted the house splatter paint all over a lot
on the beams and stuff. I noticed that last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
weren't
do
the
a
best.
good job.
They weren't.
That's what I should start doing. Painting fucking houses.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I'm a beast.
Oh yeah.
No tape.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No tape.
No tape.
I'm a beast. You should see me corner.
I bet, dude. I bet. That's for sure.
I am formally trained in painting.
You are.
Oh yeah, I can lay some paint down, brother.
That might honestly. That's pretty. Yeah. make a business, dude. Painting. Yeah.
Well, I was just talking to my boss before we started this. He said he opened up the Lawrence, which is going to like double the work area I will have available to me. So hopefully that means I'm going to have a lot more work coming up, because I've not been more stressed out than trying to find another job right now. That's been the most stressful thing I've ever fucking gone through in my life. Having that car payment, rent, and I ain't got no damn job. Struggling. I'm stressed.
Yeah, dude.
I am over, like, my depression is hard right now. I find it's so hard to be motivated. Like, for me right now, like I'm at the point where there's so much shit that I need to do that I do nothing, just because I'm overwhelmed. Like, yeah, it's got me rough,
dude. I feel the same way.
I'm sure.
Same way.
Yeah.
Like, and it's hard because, like you're saying, you know, we have so much that you want to do, and man, so much things to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It definitely gets me. But you just got to pick it. You got to pick one thing and you got to focus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because Nanette was talking to me. Nanette works with the Arts Council in Union. They had a show last night or Friday night, and she was saying me and her should do a show, just her artwork and my artwork. And I was like, I told her, I was like, I'm juggling so much at the moment with my work, trying to find another job, all of the back end of the podcast. I'm trying to make my music. I got an EP that I'm really looking to finish up.
But you have so much art that you've already done.
I know, but a lot of it's already been shown in the Arts Council. I'd have like, and plus, you know, I want it to be something I'm proud of.
Right.
And there's so much of my art that I'm like, yeah, I did it. But looking back, I'm like, I was sloppy with it. I could have been a lot better. I could have been more, I don't know, like, but that's any artist. The perfectionism of an artist is a real thing. Like, no, if you're a true artist, you hate everything you do to a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
yeah. So what have you applied to?
I've not put in a single fucking application.
Oh, you got to.
I know.
You got to.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just over. Like I'm so unmotivated.
Well, that should make you happy because, once you start putting it in, it'll probably move pretty quickly.
I know, but none of it's jobs I want.
Yeah.
That's not going to motivate me anymore to go fucking stock Lowe's overnight.
Right.
Like, what? I don't want to do this.
But
I'm such a toddler.
If Lauren's opens up and then you can have more work, especially coming up on the holidays.
We don't do much for the holidays.
You told me that. I just don't understand it.
Because we don't build the Christmas trees or stuff like that. The big thing where our work comes into play in the holidays is like Christmas gifts. Like I'm buying you a grill for Christmas.
Right.
Or I'm buying you like a piece of outdoor furniture.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
I would think everything sells more.
The summer months are where it pops off. Because at Lowe's and Home Depot, they call it the 100 Days of Hell. Sorry, there's a dog. But for us, it's like 100 days of heaven because from like. So we'll wrap it up with that dog starting to bark again. We're already.
No, I was
going to
go check on Jackson real quick.
But with like Labor Day, Memorial Day, July 4th, Father's Day, all of that
all
are
the
huge
stuff.
sales for these stores, and that's where our work takes the fuck off.
Dude, maybe just look. You got to look hard. Like you got to.
Yeah.
Like
I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet because I know for a fact Boiling Springs Lowe's will hire me. I'm close. I wouldn't say close with. I've worked with every manager in that store. The head manager of the store knows me, knows how to do good work. So I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and fucking do overnight stocking at that Lowe's. And plus, I'm already ahead of the game. I know how to read a planogram. I know how to stock shelves. I know how to follow a planogram and make sure that everything on the shelves is in the right place. And I've done that. And I've done exactly the work that I would be doing at Lowe's before with my current job because sometimes they outsource that work. And I've done that, I had 2 weeks of overnights.
You could probably, now that you've worked with them, you could probably be easier to negotiate a pay also.
Potentially. I love at least like 18 an hour. I don't know. I have no, and they always do an additional stipend not stipend, but there's a bonus most of the time for third shift work.
Right.
Like a lot of factories or mills, like if you're doing third shift, you're going to make like 50 more cents on the hour.
More.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Another week in the bags.
20. We can drink next week.
Hell yeah.
21. 20 episodes, man. It's unbelievable.
Appreciate y'all.
It really feels surreal.
Holla at y'all.
Keep watching our clips.
Dude, yeah, what we need to do.
Keep making us grow. You guys have been doing a great
after
job.
The holidays,
keep doing it.
We really should start trying to get guests. Like, you should really try to start.
We really need to.
Like, I want to get Jordan Jacob on here.
Yes, I really want those.
I want to get Grant on here.
Yeah.
I want to get Matt Staub on here.
Grant would be funny.
Yeah.
Get Kevin and Caden
and Devin.
Yeah. I was like Kevin and Dayton.
Yeah.
Yeah, get those guys back on here.
We're not planning to stop. They're going to try to stop us. We're not fucking stopping. How you like that?
Love you guys. Thanks for listening.
Jackson, are you alive?